let's go. Third time I'm trying to record this. Let's catch up. Grab yourself a cup of tea, a glass of wine, your electrolytes, even a buzzball, whatever floats your boat, my loves. Grab it, let's sit down and let's catch up. Hello, if you are new here, my name is Jess and I'm a 36-year-old working mum of 4, and welcome to my channel. If you are back, hello, you know the drill, chaos, confidence, kids. That is my whole life. But I just thought I would do a sit down, like, catch up video because I've been doing vlogs, I've been doing like really ones focused on our big holiday. I can't believe we go next week. But I just wanted to catch up and talk and answer a few questions because I've had quite a few and I just thought this would be nice to do. So I've got my tea, although I'm going to be yapping, so I'm probably not even going to get a chance to drink this. But yeah, I just wanted to sit down and chat. By the way, I've got new hair, right? You would think most people who've had their hair done would like style it or record this video. No, Jess records a video when her hair is greasy and she's chucked it up in a dodgy ponytail. But you can see the colour. I'm obsessed. I love it so much, and my ponytail looks quite nice today, so we're just one of the things I wanted to talk about, because I've had quite a few questions on it, is about homeschooling. I realised I shared it on here when I did like I'm back on YouTube, what's changed video, but I hadn't really talked about it, or hadn't talked about it at all on any of my other platforms. And then I referenced it in an Instagram story the other day when I was like something homeschooling, and people messaging me like, what are you talking about? That's why you need to be on YouTube, because you get all the tea. But also I just realised I hadn't really spoken about it, so I sat down with Sophia and I was like, look, what are you comfortable with me sharing? And we've set some boundaries. Well, I say she set boundaries with me, which is totally fine. So what I will talk about is a little bit on how we came to the decision, but not the why, and then what we do, because that was kind of the main question, because people are like, how do you work and homeschool, and like what are you doing? What are you doing? So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So for context, it took us probably the best part of a year, I want to say 6 to 12 months, to decide that this was even going to be an option. For those of you who've seen my like back on YouTube video, I shared that I got a new job that's fully remote. This was one of the deciding factors for us, was because it was then going to unlock homeschool being an option for us and our family. It's taken a very long time to get here. Now, whilst I won't get into the why, the fundamental question which kind of solidified it for us was, what is the best thing for the well-being of our child? And the answer was to be taken out of that traditional school system and to have another option, and this was the other option. Now, I also recognise the privilege and the access that we've been able to do this. Part of that was changing my whole job and finding a job that I could do fully remote and doing all of these things, and a huge shift in our lifestyle. I had to make some financial decisions that meant that this was possible for us, but we got here and she is so much happier, and all 4 of our children are in 4 completely different settings and they're all thriving, and that is like the best thing. So for those who don't know, if you're new here, Sophia is 13, Isabella is 8, Jason is 6 and Theodore is 4, and they all do something completely different. So Sophia was homeschooled at 13, so she should like typically be in year 9 of school. I don't know, I'm going year 9. She would be in year 9 if she was in a school setting. Isabella was in year 3 and absolutely loves school. Like, she had parents see me the other day and the teacher was like, she asks for extra work. She's like, she loves it. She did also say she gets distracted and she talks a lot, and I was like, she gets that from me. So she's fine. Jason is diagnosed with additional needs, some physical and developmental. He's autistic and he goes to a specialist unit within a mainstream school, which is the school Isabella goes to, and he is thriving. He absolutely loves it. And then Theo is 4. He goes to nursery school, so far more informal setting, but he loves it. He loves playing, he loves his mates, like he just absolutely loves it. So they're all in something different, but at the moment it's something that makes sense for our family, and I guess is cultivated and curated for each child. How do we do it with Sophia? So with homeschooling, one of the, I guess, caveats, we didn't really want to put conditions on it, but one of the things that we did discuss with her was that maths and English were going to be non-negotiables and that she had to do those. So we have a tutor that she goes online and has tutoring sessions throughout the week for maths and English in particular. So those 2 main subjects. The other thing we kind of did with other subjects, we didn't and haven't followed the curriculum in its traditional sense, but we have really gone into subjects that she loves and she's passionate about, and then tried to make ways that she can learn about them and educate and all of those things. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, so let me tell you what we do. So on a Sunday evening, I put together a weekly schedule. So I do Monday to Friday. The hours look different. She typically does stuff between 11 and 3. She isn't, the morning's not her vibe, so we just don't do stuff in the morning because there's no point. I get so much more out of her and she gets so much more out of it doing it in the times that work for her. I do a schedule for that time and we plot in the tutoring sessions, and then outside of that we will focus on subjects that she's really interested in. So for her, that is history. So at the moment for history, a project that's kind of been ongoing, kind of two really, but one is that she had to pick a city that she loves or is interested in, and she had to research that city. And I didn't just want like, this is this and this has this. Like, she's really had to go into the historical context of that city, how it came about, political information about it, all sorts of stuff. So she's been working on that for some time. She picked New York. For those who know, I took her there last year for her birthday. She's been obsessed with New York for a very long time. So that is what she's working on. And then kind of parallel to that, weirdly, she's doing a project on Hamilton, which she was actually doing at school, and they were going on a trip to the theatre, and so we've carried that on because she loves the theatre as well. So she's also doing a project on Hamilton. So luckily I actually have the resources that the school gave her that we've just continued, and it's like this big booklet that has like questions about it and things to talk about, and like understanding the historical context, but also understanding the framing of the show and the play and stuff like that. And we are going to go and see it this summer. I've been trying desperately to get those what are they called, tickets on the lottery tickets on Today Tickets, and about a month ago I won them, which I've not done, and I enter every single week, and I have done since like 2024, and I missed the message because I was in a meeting. Anyway, one of the things we have been looking at, we've kind of been transitioning over the last couple of months, is joining some more homeschool groups. There's ones at our local library and stuff. So when we get back from holiday, we've kind of, our whole life is split into pre-Florida and post-Florida. So pre-Florida has been transitioning into that and getting into that routine, and then post-Florida is going to be a little bit more substantial, because we've got a bit more time and we can set things up. Because what we didn't want to do, gosh, I feel like I'm really just like rambling. What we didn't want to do was start attending some groups and then have, because our holiday's 3 weeks long, and then have this big chunk of gap. So we wanted to kind of start fresh. So that is the rationale for that. On a Sunday evening, I set up the schedule for the week, and then I email it to her and Trevor, and then all three of us have access to the same email. We all know what she's supposed to be working on. So if I'm working and Trevor's home, Trevor goes on the schedule and he knows what she's supposed to be doing when, etc. So it makes it really, really clear for all of us, and we're all on the same page. She might swap things around and adjust it, like, we're super easy, but ultimately that is what we do, and it has been working really, really well so far. What I will say is I'm no expert at any of this, like, I'm to some degree winging it. And I went to the school when we made the final decision. I had a meeting with the school, and the teacher was like, what is it that you want? And I was like, respectfully, I want her to go to school. I want them all to go to school because that's easier for me. Like, that is the most convenient thing for me. But ultimately it is not about me, and it wasn't about me, it was about her. And so we made that decision. So hopefully that makes sense. A few people had asked about it and how we juggle it. I do think it makes a difference because of her age. She is 13. She is so much more self-sufficient. If I was homeschooling 5-year-olds, I feel like that would be a completely different ball game. But she's 13, I can send her a schedule, send her an email, she reads that email, she works fairly independently, she comes to me if she needs anything. We do also have things like workbooks. I've got like a little stack over there where she can do sections of workbooks. I think they're called CGP? The CGP workbooks. Some of them also came with like DVDs and like things to do. So there's quite a lot of options. One thing I have learned is that there is so much learning opportunities in just everyday life. And I know that sounds ridiculous and people are going to be like, obviously, but truly, like, I've just learned how much we can shift everyday things into such great learning opportunities. Now, what this isn't is me going, everyone should homeschool. Absolutely not. I'm an advocate for what is best for the child versus homeschool and like traditional school systems. Like, I don't think it should be this big battle between them. I think it's whatever's right for the child. Some kids thrive in a school setting, some kids don't. Like, that's kind of the approach we've taken with it. I don't like that some of the conversations I see online and some of the like real judgmental and assumptions about homeschoolers. But I also really don't like sometimes seeing the homeschool community be quite like, you should take them out of school, can't believe you do, like it's just it just is this big battle between them, and actually the fight shouldn't be with each other. The fight is with systems that don't accommodate every single child, and creating a system that does support all of our children. So that's my thing, and that's what's been happening with that. And yeah, and we'll continue to review it, we'll continue to assess it, continue to see what's best for her, what she's thriving in, and take it from there, as we will with all of our children. That was a very, very long explanation. What's next? Work. I started my new job in January. I am loving it. I really am. I'm loving being remote. I'm loving having the flexibility, but also I'm just loving my new job. My new boss is great. The team are amazing. So we're all fully remote, but I was really lucky that 2 points in the year we have like a party. There's like a winter party and a summer party, and the winter party was like a couple of weeks after I joined, which was really, really nice because it meant that I had an opportunity to meet almost everyone in person quite quickly after joining. Now I've joined there in a fairly senior role, which always makes me feel icky saying, I don't know why it feels icky being like, I'm really senior, but my job is senior. Like that, it just is what it is. So I joined the business in a senior role, and I feel like going into anything new quite senior is a bit nerve-wracking. Like I really was worried about how people would like take me, would they like me, would this be uncomfortable for everybody. It was a brand new role, so I didn't replace anyone, which I do think helps slightly. But oh my gosh, it's been amazing. One of the first things I did was I met everybody virtually for a like virtual cuppa in the first 2 weeks. So it's a very small business, it's like 48 of us, I think. I met everybody within the first 2 weeks, and it was one of the best things I ever did, because it meant that when I met everyone in person I knew everybody's names and I could like talk quite freely to everyone. But also I think it's really important to introduce yourself to every single person and get them to introduce themselves to you. They set the tone and the narrative, which I think is so important. It makes people feel empowered, it makes people feel heard. I'm in a HR role, so for me making people know that I'm there for them is really important to me. And then on the party day we were in a restaurant, like we had an activity day, and then we all went out for dinner, and so there's like 45 people in this room, and the waitress kept coming up to me and was like, I've got, because we pre-ordered, she was like, oh, this is so and so's drink, this is so, like, who are they? So I was like, do you know what I'm gonna do? I was like, how about I serve the drinks, it gives me a chance to make sure I know everybody's names, but also like it saves her having to ask me every 2 seconds and or call out like, whose drink is this? So I said, how about I do it? And also for me, it like, I'm there to serve everyone as well. I know that sounds really ridiculous, right? But for me, senior leadership teams and senior leaders are there to serve their people. Like, that's really important to me. And so for me, it was a real physical way of being like, I'm here for you guys. Like, I want to show you that. I don't know how to explain myself, but anyway, I did that, and I think it was one of the best things I did to set the tone about who I am as a person, how I show up, and that being able to serve the people is quite an important thing for me. I really don't like that narrative of like HR is for the business. I just irks me, because for me, my, I guess, ethos as a HR leader is that if you look after the people, you look after the business just by default. If you are putting people first in your decision making, if you are considering people in how you operate and when big decisions are made and the culture and all of those things, if you do those things and consider the people in those things, then actually it is an easier place to be and it is an easier business to manage. So for me, I'm people first, because if you look after the people first, the business stuff comes later. People want to work hard, people want to go the extra mile, people want to be there, and that makes my life so much easier. So yeah, it's going really well basically, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Although this week is my last week before I go on holiday, and I'm freaking out because I've never been away from work for more than a week. I don't ever recall in my life, apart from maternity leave, having longer than a week off work in any one go. I've obviously used my annual leave throughout the year, but I very rarely book. I just never. So I feel very nervous about it, but very excited because it's our holiday. It's our dream holiday. But yeah, all in all, it's going really, really well. So my cheeks are actually aching because I feel like I'm grinning so much. But all in all, it's going really well. Do you know what's really weird, right? I don't know if anyone else has this. Oh, she's about to get deep. For a long time, I feared being happy or content, or admitting that I was happy or content, because I've always had it in my head that the second that you get too happy or excited about something, it all falls apart. And there's almost like this fear of like actually just being really happy about stuff. And it's taken me a long time to get here, and I've been dealing with, I've talked about it in my like back on YouTube video about going to therapy and doing some really deep work over the last like 12 to 18 months. And look, don't get me twisted, like there were days where I'm angry, like this week, for the last week I've just been like raging at Trevor. Has he done anything? No, he's just breathing, it's driving me insane. But actually it's taken me a long time to just be content with being happy, and I feel that. And it's almost like if I admit it, if I say it out loud, then someone somewhere is going to wish bad on me, and someone somewhere is going to try and take it away from me, or someone somewhere is going to think I don't deserve it. All of those things might be true, all those things might happen, but it doesn't actually remove the fact that right now I feel quite content in the decisions that I've made, in the life that we've curated, and in the things that are happening, like my job, like this huge dream holiday that we've had forever that we now are going on in a week. Like all of these great things are happening, and it's okay to admit that I'm happy about them and I'm content about them and I feel good about them. It doesn't mean days aren't hard, but it's just taken me a long time to get here, and I just wanted to acknowledge that because I think it's nice to say out loud, and I haven't had a chance to say it out loud for a long time. Just to balance that, like it doesn't mean that days aren't hard or that life is easy. I posted a video maybe 2 weeks ago where it was sunny and we went to the park after school, and Jason I thought would be okay. Anyway, it transpired, the change of routine, the park itself was really busy, it was all too much, and as we were leaving the park I was trying to get him to go to the car. I didn't even get to see the other kid. Oh gosh, it was such a drama. I can't even get into it. But anyway, ultimately, as we're leaving, he was stood underneath me, and he's quite tall. I mean, he's probably normal height, I'm just really short. And he went like that, and he headbutted my chin, and I bit down on my tongue, and my mouth was bleeding. And so one of my school mum friends just came over. Honestly, I praise God every day for my friends, because this group of women who I met last year have just changed my world in all the best ways. But one of them came over, scooped him up, and just was like, took my car keys and said, let's get to the car, I'll help you to the car, don't stress. And I was like, okay. And I was walking behind her, but then she turned and she went, are you okay? And you know when someone asks you if you're okay, you just go and I burst into tears. And she put him in the car, and then she just put her arms around me and she went, you're such a great mum. Oh, I'm gonna cry thinking about it. She just went to me, you're such a great mum, you know that. And my heart, I don't even know if it shattered into a million pieces or it was so full I couldn't cope, but I just needed that hug, and I needed that so badly. And when I got in the car, I then recorded this video, because I know I'm not the only person who goes through this, right? Particularly for parents, any parent by the way, but specifically speaking about parents with children with additional needs, and the grief that we have around things not being how we expected them to be. Like for me, going to the park after school, if I take Bella and Theo, I go to the park, they run off, they play, I watch them, I sit down, fine. Jason's experience is so different. I have to follow him everywhere. He has no sense of danger. He will also eat things that he shouldn't eat. He's non-verbal, so being able to say something to somebody else or play with other children is just not how he operates. He also elopes, so and this park that we went to in particular didn't have gates, and gosh, there's just so many, I know so many parents out there going, oh my gosh, a park with no gates, like you just know how hellish that is. And it's such a different experience, and it's so hard. And I just got in the car and was like, why is this so hard? Why does it have to be so hard? For him, for me, for everyone. I don't even, Theo and Bella were like, mummy, watch this, mummy. And I can't, because I'm too busy chasing after their brother to make sure that he's safe, and then I can't keep them safe, so I don't go on my own. And I was with friends, so other people were like, we'll watch them, don't worry. And then I feel guilty, like, you shouldn't be watching my kid, I should be watching the kids. It was just this huge overwhelm of emotions and feelings and grief and anger and None of that, by the way, and the resentment is at Jason as a child, none of that. It was just at the situation. He is the best thing and just the best human possible, and we are so grateful for him. But it doesn't mitigate the challenges that he has and the guilt that we feel for him, and the worry and the stress that you have as a parent of a child with additional needs or a disability that like you just want their life to be easy. You want things to be easy for them. You want things to be, you know, the best for them. And when you see them struggling and you're struggling, it's just so overwhelming. And I struggled quite a lot, and I had this moment of just pure upset and overwhelm, and then a massive outpouring of love of just so many incredible, mainly women, because my page and my community is majority women, but just all just saying either yes, I feel seen, I feel heard, or we see you, we hear you. And gosh, we are just incredible, no? Like, we are the most incredible people to each other when we come together, when we show that like love and unity and strength. We are just the best. I'm forever grateful that I have a space on the internet to even voice those things and get the outpouring of love that I did. It just was wonderful, truly wonderful, and I'm forever grateful for you all. So the being content and happy doesn't mean it isn't difficult some days, but I'm in a good place. I'm in a really good place. I feel the most myself I've ever felt, which sounds really vague and weird, but truly I am. I feel that. I feel the most myself I've ever felt. I feel content and strong and happy, and yes, stressed, and yes, tired, and yes, anxious, but really grateful. I don't even know how to summarise or finish how I've just said all of that. Also, by the way, I had no intention of recording this today, and then I just thought I want to pick up the camera and chat. And also I really want to nail this YouTube journey, because I've started and stopped so many times over the years, and I want to be consistent. And I thought, oh, I've not recorded anything, I'm not going to have anything to record, anything to post, so let's just grab the camera and do a chatty catch up vlog. And so much has just come out, and I feel like that always affirms to me that I needed to sit down and say it, because it's felt really easy to talk. I don't know, am I making any sense? I don't make any sense. My brain is a very strange place. So yeah, that's it. Work, homeschool, life in general, and then holiday. We go next week. I cannot fathom how we go next week. Have I packed? Absolutely not. I really want to do a pack with me video, but I feel like recording stuff just adds another layer of stuff to do in an already very busy and stressful week. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try. Done packing lists for everyone, and I'm just going to get it done. I did try on a few things this morning, because I was doing, so what I did this morning is I woke up early, got the kids' bags sorted, Trevor took them to school, and then before I started work I recorded a couple of like Instagram, TikTok, like outfit videos, park videos, which then also doubled up as trying on my clothes because I hadn't tried anything on yet. I bought a bunch of stuff from Vinted, I got a few bits from Primark, hadn't tried any of it on, so it meant that I could actually try the clothes on. So I did that first thing this morning, like at silly o'clock, then put all of the stuff that fit and I loved, like the outfit combos, into a basket. So I'm pretty much there. Most of the stuff is like in the corner in my room. I just need to go through everybody's stuff, go through the checklist, make sure we've got enough of everything, and then pack it and then go. So the one thing I didn't do though was book any time off work before the holiday. So on Monday and Tuesday, we go on Tuesday evening, and on Monday the kids have gone inset days, they're not even at school. So I thought at least I'd have during the day when they're at school, and in between my work meetings or on my lunch break I could like do a little bit. Absolutely not, the kids are going to be home on the Monday. And then Tuesday I'm working all day, and then log off at 5:30, and then we've got to go to the airport, like to the airport hotel. And then on this weekend Trevor is working all day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday, all day Tuesday. Friday night I'm working at the pub for my last shift before holiday, and then we've got family coming around on Saturday afternoon for like the March birthdays and for Mother's Day, and then Sunday's guys, I also decided that this week would be the week that we'd launch a new HR system at work. I'd rewrite the whole employee handbook, and we've got loads of recruitment happening. Like, just, it's so much stuff. But here's me chatting on YouTube. Priorities, but it is my lunch break and I needed that time, so it's okay. This is like the moment I walk into that Disney park, I'm going to bawl my eyes out. I don't even know how I'm going to cope, because seeing like Theo keeps saying every day, oh, we go holiday today, do we go holiday today, I'm going to meet Buzz Lightyear, I'm going to meet Buzz Lightyear. He's so excited, and my heart is so full. Do you know what I've booked? Booked bikini wax. I've booked bikini wax. I have not had one in, I want to say like 12 years, like a long time. I mean, I've done other hair removal procedures between now and then, just to be clear, but I haven't even done that for a while. Anyway, we're going there this week, and all the holiday prep starts Monday night after work. I've got my nail appointment, and there's just lots happening. It's a busy all week, but I'm really excited to take you with us, like really excited. I also have an Insta360 camera, and I bought, I don't know if I can, oh, where did it, let me show you what I bought. A like hand grip thing. You like put it on your hand, and like, I've not tied it, obviously you strap it to your hand so that you can take it on rides. So we can do like loads of, this is what it looks like. So yeah, we've got, I've not put this on properly at all, but you get the gist. Yeah, I've got like a hand strap, so you can put it on your hand and like hold it and then like record while you're on rides and stuff. So we're really looking forward to that. I also found out it's waterproof, so we're gonna take it to the water park and stuff. So the kids are really excited for this. Bella is obsessed with this camera because they think it looks really funny when you do like the 360 and your head goes big. I don't know if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're like, Jess, what are you on about? But yeah, we're doing that. So I need to charge this actually. I got a little bag of all my chargers. Look, it says chargers. So cute. And then I also ordered a new Monzo card. I've also put my referral link down below because I was researching like the best way to spend when we're there, and I used my Amex when I was in New York, and it charges like 3 to 5% for the foreign exchange fee, and I just realized that's going to just cost us so much money. I bought the Disney tickets on it, and that was in US dollars, and it charged me like 50 quid, and I thought absolutely not. So I usually just use a virtual, but I ordered another card, so me and Trevor have a card each, and we put all our money into the Monzo account, like spending money, so that we can just use that because they don't charge a transaction fee, foreign exchange fee when you're abroad. And everyone said either this or Revolut, but I already had a Monzo because that's where I put all my spending pots and sinking funds. So yeah, I'll put a referral. I can't recommend it enough because everyone's told me it's amazing, but also I love it for the pots, like the all saving pots and stuff. I better go because I could just sit and yap all day if I'm completely honest, but I can't. I've got things to do. Do you know? You know why I keep doing that? I keep my vocal stim at the moment is Baby Jane So. Baby Jane So. She's feeding well, looking good. Anyway, if you know what I mean and you know what I'm talking about, you're my people. Thank you so much for watching and getting this far and letting me yap at you, because yeah, I hope you are good. I really do. I hope you are feeling good, and if you're not for whatever reason, you will get better and you will find yourself in some time soon and in the future just being like, it's gonna be okay. And I wish someone had told me that 2 years ago. In fact, probably someone did tell me that 2 years ago and I didn't believe them. And now look, it is okay. So that is my reminder to you, if you need to hear it, that it will be okay and you will be okay and you will thrive. You can thrive, not just survive. I promise you, you can. I will end here. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, she's gonna say like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the vlogs that are coming, because of course the Florida content is going to be popping all the way off. Listen, if I spend this much money on a holiday, everybody's seeing it. Everybody's seeing it. There is no way I spend that much money and we're just gonna, no. Yes, we're gonna make memories, but you all need to see those memories too, because you need to see. So yeah, I'm really excited. Anyway, let's crack on because I've got things to do. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Until the next video. See you soon. Bye.